Gentlemen and women, please get your Kleenex, your popcorn, and perhaps your attorney, because hip-hop's royal court is in love. Just issued a state of emergency declaration. Remy Ma, the police car light, is crying. Papoose has formally submitted a divorce petition. Yes, it's far worse than everyone else's. They believed that police car lights were speaking. Alleged infidelity from clandestine hotel footage hushed discussions in the studio corridors. And guess who appeared in the midst of chaos, like a jumbled yes? 50 Cent is a Marvel villain because of he did, of course. But let's not overlook this. This duo isn't just any pair there, a Papoose. The man who restrained Remy for 6 years when she was imprisoned, the man who turned into a walking symbol of loyalty. According to reports, he is telling people, I can't stop doing this. So what took place? Remy really had an affair with a warring rapper. Is this divorce being used as a PR stunt? Something considerably larger is happening behind the scenes. Since, based on leaked anonymous insiders and messages, might be losing more than her sight from marriage. Keep checking back because the drama we're discussing, it's messier than a Chris to unpack. During Mercury, Jenner PR conducted a trick. Let's go back in time and start. So here he is, Twitter causing the internet to spin. Remy Ma's rough-ass nails and flames a rapper from the Bronx who once stated, I'd rather place a bid out here than be disloyal. Why are you sobbing in fancy shades? She once referred to the man as her soulmate. The man who restrained her while she was confined for 6 years has submitted a divorce, and this isn't silent. Are you? Agreed upon? No, sir. SZA, let's set up a full-fledged hip-hop earthquake. It's a stage where we're discussing nostalgia. A lady named Mackie created a business based on standing on 10 toes and being more real than genuine in her wooded areas. Even when she was eliminated from the game. And then there's Shamel Mackie. It's the name of the Papoose government, the epitome of a patient spouse. He waited for her, helped her, and kept her safe. Her image became her informal publicist, and he is now serving, oh no, papers. This isn't just betrayal, confusion, and divorce. The demise of a black-based brand, we now know your love objectives. Considering how joyful they appeared just last year. Yes, so did Jada and Will. Let's go back in time since fans who were constantly aware of the indicators were constantly present. You only needed to know where you should start looking since it was so suspicious. Body language. During the 2023 hip-hop betting event prizes, as the cameras panned to Remy and Pap, she nodded quickly without kissing him. Not even a hey boo look or a handhold was supplying bedroom energy, but boardroom energy. Subsequently, the couple's content simply disappeared. The TikToks of them having fun were gone. No more leaving the kitchen. I adore my Pap and Queen's Instagram captions. Remy's sister was out here performing alone, appearances with daring glam and Providingan energy. But when the time arrived, it disrupted the internet. As per a currently trending tweet by a TT from, to be honest, the Bronx as never, Remy was missed with her purported tales. Caught going into a motel alone, then simply give the block commander a fight. Rapper who has been connected to her in public via her Chrome 23 Battle League falsely. And I mean falsely, for the solicitors observing the surveillance. Remy is seen on hotel lobby footage, simple walking while wearing a trench coat, facing down. Close behind her, according to her sources, they spent a number of hours indoors, and they came in and went out in a daze. Times a hotel employee who wants to remain anonymous even declared in public that they were. I can't hear what they're laughing about in the lobby. They said, but it didn't feel like business. We were informed that it was absolutely flirtatious. Not to discuss it, but I already stopped the video. It's grainy. It's quite obvious and similar to that. Twitter had full-blown receipts, memes, and PowerPoint presentations dissecting her fingernail, her clothes, and her motions color, everything you're familiar with on the internet. Doesn't engage in concurrent rumors began to whirl from within Ree's camp. Several unnamed sources, all near the actual shady scenario. fashion blog came up to state that Remy altered after Chrome 23 exploded. She began to behave like the boss she didn't wish to be perceived as only the wife of Papoose. One additional person asserted that there were occasions she'd arrive home late and smell like another person, remarked. Cologne, not Paps. Questioned her about it, but she lost it. He claimed to be insecure and envious of her accomplishments. It's beginning to seem more like a breakup than a split. A full-length documentary series on Netflix. In the meanwhile, Remy was acting like any public. When under strain, the figure posts mysterious sayings from one really hot IG, "Don't let loyalty keep you," the tale said. In spaces where you don't belong? Was she now discussing Papa's business? Nobody knows that she feeds the driver of her Uber. However, the time is perfect, and here's where spooky Papoose typically occurs: frank, encouraging, and consistent. The first person to defend Remy became mute. No appearances, tweets, or interviews. Then, all of a sudden, straightforward Instagram post, a blank screen, with the words, "Sometimes love is insufficient to keep your peace. Fresh starts." And then the nuclear drop court documents that were submitted in New Jersey under the name of Mackie, certifying divorce. No remarks were made as the proceedings began. Press release: simply a man's quiet who has had enough of the internet. Ready? The responses came right away. Memes of grief were created by tote creators. Overflowing timelines. Some fans immediately refused to accept it since I don't believe it. They had better be playing a practical joke on us. Worse than Jay-Z and Beyonce's post if Remy had cheated on Papoose. Lemonade love doesn't exist. Just Wi-Fi does. Even so, one user said Papoose did a 6-year celibacy bid in order to obtain Deceived. In this economic climate, not all betrayals were motivated by love. Regarding Hope Papoose, it was the final evening in the patron saint of the dazzling drag Keep It Down motion, and he's now only another guy in the court of divorce. And since, somehow, the cosmos adores chaos, 50 Cent. As the petty one, I fell into the scenario. When the divorce news broke, he became king. A meme of Remy and Easy was shared by 50 with the caption, "Chrome 23 will definitely bring individuals together." Then damn Pap struck my line, and we had retaliatory actions too. Make, clearly, was it trolling, musing, and it wasn't helping at all. At all. But he'll accept your $50. It's tragedy and make it popular material before even opening the Use the Notes app to write your apologies. And simply, when we believed this story couldn't get much stranger, any more difficult whispers begin: legal damages from disseminating endorsements, difficulties, including financial consequences. And that's precisely where we get our stuff. Because the scandal is revealed in part 2. Open screenshots of dubious transactions, investigators, and there may be, tell me when you're facing jail time again. I'll release part 2 when you're ready. Picked up precisely from this location. Therefore, the fans of Ablaze on the internet are shocked. Additionally, 50 Cent is destroying the timeline. It's as if it were 2005, but the hotel murmurs and the filing of divorces. Which was only the start, because the actual controversy now begins to take shape. And let's just say this is more than simply a nasty split. Committing tax fraud and breaching contracts, lost funds, and numerous no-energy statements after Remy and Papa's when divorce made headlines. It didn't take long before sources near the circumstance, and by that we mean individuals who heard conversations at nail shops and even the backstage rooms, began to flood in further mayhem. According to an unnamed tipster who sent 3 gossip pages, a direct message, and requested a Cash App transfer beforehand, there is much more going on than just infidelity. Remy was secretly transferring funds. She began creating accounts shortly after the even Chrome 23 income was sent to her name into a secondary LLCC that he was unaware of, discovered, and yelled at the same individual. Continued by saying, and looking it over, he was silent as he was gathering proof. Is that accurate now? And can we verify it? It's YouTube. Not CNN, of course. We're pursuing it. But it didn't leave that one so-called industry alone. An accountant who could or might not be male claimed to be Daryl, who had a damaged iPad. He came and saw a study that revealed over $750,000 not present in the Chrome 23 books. In the past year, even more wild, Remy said in a different anonymous mail, was covertly providing financing for a new show for Ease. Behind her father's back, she was attempting to ease the league's spokesperson, while maintaining as a quiet background. Pap partner, which is why he dipped. Played, and now let's discuss Chrome 23. When it launched, everyone for a brief moment, the fact that Remy is a woman, and as she described the male-dominated area as a secure raised stage, where lyricists may fight on actual stages with actual visibility. It was revolutionary up until it supposedly transformed into a front for private fans of favoritism. Noted that Simple began to emerge as the main attraction. His name was absent from every flyer he guessed who received the most promotions for. Matches was no longer attending events. Yes, Papoose. All of a sudden he went, people have gone from hype guys to ghosts. Are you thinking whether the league was only a romantic one? Business-wrapped letter in the interim social media began, acting as it does now. Screenshots of the greatest digging started appearing. Unconfirmed, unverified, and definitely it was said that the hot one displayed a message. She went from being a simple buddy to a close friend, claimed Pap doesn't appreciate her, and chefed up with being the only one succeeding she hasn't even slept at home in a while, another week. Purportedly from Reese Fanina's statement stated, occasionally, loyalty becomes a restriction that I won't lose myself for anyone because I made too many sacrifices already. I wonder if these are genuine or just I created by a disinterested teenager in, who can say, Delaware. But one thing is the public is definitely taking a keen interest in creators of TikTok who are creating whole voices in documentaries, flipping into reenactments of fictitious phone calls such as girl. You heard her say, you rap, easy, better than my father ever did. Oh, I answered, my God. In the meantime, YouTube is overrun, featuring headings such as Remy Ma's empire disintegrates. Inside the startling betrayal, Papoose discovered everything on the stove. It's easy for the block captain to reveal the phone. Although it wasn't simply the new stepfather, Remy's was also being watched by gossip brands. Collaboration with a high-end hair extension line was subtly deleted from their webpage. That collaboration on energy drinks that she shared last month away from her Instagram highlights, a PR insider revealed information to a blog brand. Adore Remy for being genuine, yet they don't wish to be connected to any scandals, particularly one featuring allegations of defrauding the public and corrupt financial. They are quickly retreating out of humiliation. And speaking of drawing back, let's discuss legal action. A court document from New Jersey that emerged last week demonstrates that Papoose did more than simply petition for divorce. Further asked for a forensic examination of their shared assets, indicating that he has not just done it emotionally, financially, and he would like some receipts according to sources. He may even seek legal action if money from Chrome 23 was improperly managed, particularly if it was utilized for private benefit under the pretense of business. A former business associate who T Underground podcast will refer to as Pap understood everything he observed, even taking place, and he offered her an opportunity following chance. But once everything went wrong, he didn't just depart. He arrived with documents. When might the dust have settled? Remy chose to return the applause, but not in a statement. Nope, in a sit-down interview. She went to the studio in classic rapper flair. Yes, the audio appears to have been released. Remy is recording a song that contains phrases like, I worked hard, got my crown, and carried the dead weight down. Do you want it? Allegiance, but withholding the truth. And now you're angry. I realized that I had outgrown the booth. He had recorded in the divorce court. Papoose has not yet made a musical response, but his admirers are already pleading with him to drop part 2 of loyalty over everything. Meanwhile, it's simple and quiet. Avoiding interviews and avoiding the media and avoiding inquiries. At his most recent one, clip from the combat event featured a fan shouting "homewrecker" while continuing to move stage just in order for security to promptly step in, and the heat is now beginning to surpass the romantic fallout alone. Yes, there are rumors circulating regarding tax matters. According to an insider, tax difficulties, several LLCs associated with Remy's name are being examined by federal officials. Not verified in private, but whispered sufficient for everyone. To renew the IRS website, such as its TMZ add-on. There have been rumors of Chrome 23 sponsor withdrawing, citing internal contract violations and poor management. Despite the fact that no formal declaration has been released and ticket aficionados are taking notice, the next Chrome event will have slower sales, less frequent interaction on Ree's last few postings that are considerably too low. It's like viewing a real-time brand unraveling of the origins, as a strong couple's ascent now seems more like an implosion in slow motion. People are picking sides during live streaming. Some justify Remy by claiming that she sacrificed her. Let sis live her entire prime for Papa. He grasped the life that others were riding with him, when everyone else would have completed it. Departed, she deceived him, and others don't even listen to this nonsense. Them that way? Yet I was moved by their drama, confined as if it were snowing. But whether are you a member of Team Petty, Team Remy, or Team Papa? One thing is certain, spectator. This is no longer only a hip-hop split, but more a multifaceted financial scandal, betrayal of the image, and the gradual disintegration of an empire that once gave rise to optimism. And the most terrifying aspect, according to one, this is merely the anonymous legal blogger from Iceberg's tip. The subsequent wave of lawsuits may be included in court filings, checks, and if specific facts are validated, potential criminal investigations. So what? Began with footage that was released, and depressing Instagram captions might simply conclude with Remy returned to court. But not for the rap quarrel, for damage control in real life. Thus, we've now moved from hotel corridors to purported tax controversy, from blurred images of leaked diss songs, but for some reason, things haven't reached the lowest point, because when my mom may have believed that this was only a little personal dispute with some, this item is hot on the internet, baby. It's escalating into something far larger, in fact. Based on several unverified claims and dubious rumors that knowing a person who knows someone named Remy could be dealing with real legal repercussions rather than the symbolic type that uses actual judges, actual prosecutors, and subpoenas. First, let's talk about the IR's murmurs. Purportedly, and I mean purportedly louder for the solicitors, in the rear, federal researchers have shown interest in Cone 23's publications, which are rumored to have that specific income and filings. The declarations don't add up, particularly after Papoose asked for a forensic investigation during the divorce. Phony source who merely revealed his identity as an advisor to the division of a hip-hop mistake that isn't actually, by the way. A gossip blog said, anytime a well-known brand begins shifting substantial quantities of money under several LLCs, particularly in the event of a personal connection with the IRS, observes, let's assume there's smoke, and typically in areas where smoke is present, do we have back taxes now again? Obviously not proof, but does it sound believable enough for TikTok to accept it? You bet it does. Create 47 videos about it. Does? And there are more than simply taxes. Moreover, rumblings, full-on rumblings of earthquake level that Remy's sources suggest that the label contract may be in danger. Near the label, or perhaps just one subsequently, who heard something in the corridor, asserts that Remy's present the project has been discreetly put on hold. The forthcoming song was taken from the release schedule. Calendar, the group is reassessing the brand in non-business contexts. They're being anxious that the Remy mom, they made an investment. in the revamped icon. The role model for an experienced veteran is now being viewed as the antagonist in a chaotic headline ruining a soap opera. Apparently, an insider told a podcast, unless it sells, labels don't like drama. This is sinking and not selling. And if and when legal suits begin to flow, no one wants to appear on the list of co-defendants. Additionally, Ree's PR staff have been putting in extra hours to tidy up social scrubbing outdated postings in the media and turning off comment areas. The harm might already be complete due to the court of public perception moves more quickly than the judicial system, and the current decision is not looking well, particularly after you are aware of the voicemail that was released. The purported voice memo that Remy sent to a close friend, in which I quote her, "I ought to have remained incarcerated. I had tranquility, at least then." Now, whether that is a sound-alike or is that actually her? From a Fiverr voiceover job, we might. I had no idea, but the internet made the decision. Is her, and that's all that's required in 2025. Additionally, let's not overlook Papoose. While Remy's career appears to be in a shambles, Papa, he is flourishing in the limelight of sympathy. He has 3 scheduled podcast appearances. He is being approached about signing a book contract. I kept my employment title a secret and spread rumors. Has it come to his attention that a streaming service for an agreement on a documentary and admirers like it? This man is deserving. She freaked when he held her down in peace. I would charge appearance fees for him. Must keep Papa safe at any cost. In actuality, the expression "Papa's right" began to gain popularity following his like of a tweet that said, "Love may sometimes make you blind till you get cold-blooded from disrespect." But it's easier to relate to, and the purported third Will of Doom is being quiet. Yet let's face it, his name will always be associated with this mess. One Battle League is currently, according to an insider, he was removed from 2 events if the promoters are unwilling to the bars are overshadowed by the Remy drama. Another person stated he's not the issue, but he turned and became the spokesperson. For the issue, that's sufficient to sideline you in this game. In the meanwhile, Ree's group is currently damage management from a completely other angle stopped being released. And is this letter correct? Someone whose identity we do not know leaked an alleged legal danger from Ree's camp to a blogger who spreads rumors that they remove posts that provide misleading information, remarks regarding romantic relationships, financial wrongdoing, and persistent inquiries. And the blogger's response: they uploaded the letter along with a caption. This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that I wasn't yes before, but now verified. The post has more than 2 million views. Excellent work. Putting an end to the rumors at this time. We're no more discussing a little problem. We're examining the breakdown of Remy's return, a well-crafted brand tale of incarceration, platinum, and power. Now, movements are being revised in real time. The conclusion in time may not be what she saw a vision. But it couldn't worsen right when everyone believed that the headlines had peaked, and a fresh rumor that, if accurate, may finish Remy's public career here. There are several anonymous insiders, sometimes known as 3 individuals with profile images from anime spaces on Twitter, have said that a huge reveal: the entire book is not yet finished. From a previous employee, not from Remy, helper as in this purported book. Remy has allegedly been pulling strings in the arena of battle rap for years, excluding female MCs from and refusing to comply with requests for favors, manipulating game outcomes, and even scheming sponsorship agreements for selfish gain. One juicy purported quotation from the draft that was released was that she handled McTwom 23 functions more like a throne than a platform. If the ring wasn't kissed, you didn't get rebooked. Now, is that confirmed? Does it have enough controversy to go viral? Definitely. And in this economy of attention, all that counts is that, thus now the did she cheat on the test? That is the question. I want to know whether Remy Ma burnt her down. Whole kingdom from inside due to she is now going through a high-profile divorce. Brand deals are lost due to financial audits. Seeing her label separate itself and maybe being revealed in an upcoming release, tell everything and see whether even half of it works, proving to be accurate. Remy Ma may have gone from rap queen to warning to the business. Narrative in less than 6 months, of course. A redemption arc is still possible. Fire it if Remy releases a diss tune. Disrupts the internet. Perhaps she sits down with Oprah, tears fall from her eyes, and she regains her crown. Perhaps the entire thing is an exceptionally planned introduction of a new reality. The show Chrome Hearts love loyalty and legal actions, since, let's be honest, the boundary between scandal and this industry and the plan is really weak. But until then, the internet is prepared with popcorn. We'll leave it here. Papoose, unmarried, validated, and maybe wealthier. Easier, quieter, but not forgotten than before. Remy sobs in court as she loses sponsors, and perhaps she is preparing her next move. What do you believe this is, viewers? Papoose marked the end of Remy Ma's rule, consistently the actual MVP. Or is this just another chapter in the most passionate relationship narrative? Hip-hop has never sounded so good in remarks such as subscribe and turn on such alerts since. In the event that there is one thing this tale has taught us, is it's not over until the next leak occurs. Tuned and the royal is there. The romance between Remy Ma and Papoose has been hauled out back and set on official live streaming of Fire and Liver for public consumption. From letters sent to prisoners to prenuptial agreements. I'll wait for you. 2. We've seen this power duo. Therefore, we'll sue you. Transition from the Bonnie and Clyde of hip-hop to a warning story involving legal costs and consequences that are chrome-plated. But now that the true query is, what will Remy do next? Return the favor with a trash song that stops the gossip and closes the Papoose drops a towel on the internet. Memoir that presents war as an art form, like a tale before bed, can calm the block. The captain receives a record deal or an order of restricting because, baby, the way this narrative is still developing, so don't be shocked if they all turn red. A Zeus Network cage bout or table talk. Today's world is one in which screenshots are you saying that scriptural tea is money. Favorite couples may be terminated by brunch, so please let us know in the comments. Did Papoose play this like Remy? Chrome should be played or brilliant. 23 will now be called Homewrecker 101. It will be a disaster. Don't hold back and be brave. We the next leak. The next controversy, the next famous person collapse captured by a digital camera. You already know what to do, such as smashing that click the subscribe button to activate it. Alerts due to the bogus. The news is twice as loud and dirtier. This is not simply drama, it's also fun. Is a recorded catastrophe. I'll see you in the Stay Petty till the next expose. Online.